Rev up your engines!
What do you think about GM and Flint saying that they're going to put $150 million, make 40,000 more vehicles a year of heavy-duty pickups? Okay, well, that's the way a lot of these manufacturers are going. They think short-term. They don't think long-term. They think, oh, wow, big heavy-duty pickups. Everybody's buying them. Lotta, yada, lotta. Gas is cheap now. Wait till gas gets expensive. Come on now. Let's use our heads. Gasoline is a limited commodity, right? Eventually, the price is going to go skyrocketing, just like everything else. When they start running lower or whenever market forces change, who knows what's going to happen. Eventually, we're going to be paying more and more and more for gasoline. And these giant pickup trucks are going to be dinosaurs. But as it stands now, the manufacturers seem to be in dinosaur mode, where they want to build these giant pickup trucks because they can sell them for the time being. They don't think 5-10 years down the line. They're thinking quarterly reports every 3 months for the stock, to keep the stock up. So I personally think a lot of this stuff can be a big mistake in the long run. My grandfather, ages ago after World War II, he bought a big 8-cylinder Cadillac. It was 8 in a row, not a V8, but a straight A. Thing had giant coffee can pistons, got horrible gas mileage, 3 miles a gallon, right? He backed it up for almost nothing because it used so much gas. Well, back in the day when gas was 15 cents a gallon, you didn't care all that much, even though people made less money. It was still expensive. After a short period of time, nobody wanted those big 8s anymore that got horrible gas mileage because they weighed so much and the price of gas started to go up, and that was the end of them. So with these big pickup trucks, kind of a short-term thinking in terms of them, as far as I'm concerned. Prince Norris, on debating with cars. Will the 2019 370 Nissan Z make it to 200,000 miles? Depends who you are and how you drive. I tell people never to buy one of those used because most people buy them are young people who want to zoom around as a sports car, and they burn the engines out and they never make it to 200,000 miles. If it's a standard transmission and you drive it conservatively, it might, if you really take care of it. It might make it that way. But if you're driving it like a maniac, which is most of the reasons that people buy those things in the first place, nah, it won't make it that far. I'm not a fan of Nissan. That's one of their better made cars, but you would have to baby it. Most people don't baby them. It's a sports car. It goes fast. They generally don't make it. I've never seen one with 200,000 miles on myself. Vox 086. Thinking about buying a 2017 Mazda CX-9. What are your thoughts about quality and reliability? That is a mileage thing. I've had customers buy those things less than 80,000 miles, and they lasted a while, and they were happy with them buying them used. I had customers buying with 120,000 miles on them. The engines went out, and they kicked themselves, and they didn't pay much. They paid like $3,500, but they kissed their $3,500 down the toilet when they found out that the engine work was going to cost them $5-6 grand to do correctly. They've got very complex engines as Sky Active, and when they work perfectly fine. You get a new one, they generally work perfectly fine, but then when they age and they have problems inside, you get rid of the car. So you'd never buy one of those used with high mileage. Like I said, if it's got low mileage, you like it, and you can get a fair price, go ahead. Me, hey, I'd get a RAV4 or something instead used and buy one of those because they will not hold up. Benny Boy 10. Hey, Scotty, my friend said he wanted to switch his engine for a faster one. His 05 Chevy Malibu. Tell him not to. If he wants a faster car, tell him to buy a better, faster car. Those are junky cars anyways. Taking out the 6 and putting in an 8. Realize modern cars are all computer controlled. Sensors are particular for each make, model, design. So is the transmission. And if you start swapping that stuff out, figure out which sensors to use and how to reprogram the computer, that's something that race car guys can do, yeah. But they're not going to do it on an 05 Malibu unless you say, money is no object, and I don't care how much I spend, I want this to work. And in that case, don't put it in a Chevy Malibu. They're not worth anything, and they're not that well-built cars anyways. Tell him he's nuts. Russian, Polander. Scotty, I got an 08 Hyundai Velocruz, and the door locks don't work. The manual switches are fine, but the power ones won't work. Okay, the first thing you want to do is get inside the car, and if you have the power door lock button inside the car, and that works, but it doesn't work from the outside with your clicker, put new batteries in, and if that doesn't work, that means either your little sending unit is broken or the receiving unit is broken. If you're talking about you're inside the car and when you push the power door lock buttons, they don't work. They only work manually. Then the whole system is fried. First check the fuse. Maybe it's got a blown fuse, but it's got a blown fuse. They blow for a reason. Would be an electrical short somewhere. And if that's the case, I'd live with the manual locks and pushing them by hand, because anytime that I've had to fix something like that, if the control module was bad, or I had to tear the car apart to find a wiring short, hey, you could spend $1,000 without even sneezing. And if they work manually, what the heck? Everybody's got fingers, they can use them. And your key works, who cares? So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.